And Megan Fox here at PJ Media is explaining.
What's tip 4?
Well, don't trust women. I think you just touched on that with your Dancing with the Stars.
You can still love me.
I do. I love you all the time. But our First Amendment rights are huge. They are very important to me. They should be important to everyone. Don't be a public official if you don't want to be filmed, ma'am.
Megan Fox.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, folks? Oh, boomer mistake. Hold on. I got to take down this thing. Hold on. And here I am. Okay, hold on. I got to change my volume. Good morning. Today, you get to watch my hair dry live on camera. How exciting is that? I've got a wet head, fresh out of the shower. So at least you know I smell good, as if that matters. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We are live on YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook. Good morning, everyone. We will see how long we last on YouTube today because we do have some things that might be considered too controversial for the cuckery that is YouTube. And we're going to go over to law and crime. I'm still turning in my article this morning, so I'm kind of like working while I do this. What do you mean you can't see me? How can you not see me? Can't you see me? Maybe you're a little behind. You can't see me because I had the card up. Anyway, I am still working on an article about the Muslims v. groomer. How could the screen be black? Seriously, the screen is black on YouTube? What's Rumble doing? Oh, it is black. Hey, that's weird. Okay, hold on. Let me take myself out. It's not black on screen. All right, how about now? Is it working now? Well, that sucks. Why would that be happening? It's on, you guys. That is terrible. Am I going to have to kill this stream and start a new one? Oh, that sucks. Can you hear me? That does not make any sense. It's not like this on StreamYard. Hold on. let me get out of StreamYard. Hold on. Just hold on. All right, hold on. Hang on. I had to reset it. Let's see if this works. I don't understand why this would not be working. All right, can you see me now? Are we fixed yet? Are we fixed yet? You can hear, but no video. How about now? Am I back? Oh, it's working. Oh, thank God. Okay. All right. I don't know. I had to like get out of StreamYard and then like come back in. Anyway, the blanket fort is back. Long live the blanket fort. Because I will be live stream. It will be sharing Law and Cuck's stream. So let me get over there and court should be started. Listen, you guys, I'm just going to tell you right now, if you want uninterrupted court coverage, just go watch it on Law and Crime because I'm going to interrupt this shit probably all day because I cannot stand this guy. And I only have a small window of patience for him. And it's not large. It's not a large amount of patience. I'm not like this judge. So, all right, the blanket fort lives. Yes. All right, here it comes. I got to turn the volume on. Be patient.
With the trial and having the jury brought in and the next witness called.
For the record, Your Honor, can you state why?
Grounds.
Because it's clear what this is referring to. It's referring to why there's no bond mentioned or stated in the court document, the docket sheet. There's no bond in any of these writings. Not one time does it mention it, and so that was what this was referring to.
I understand what it's referring to.
This guy is
so
there's no legal
frustrating.
basis for your argument.
Also, for the record,
no
this
legal basis,
docket
dude.
is not a certified copy, which is what I requested.
I do not control the clerk's office. You need to make a specific request to the custodian of the court record, which is the clerk of court, for a certified copy.
I did
That
that.
can't be done here in this courtroom. You have to do that through an inmate communication form.
That's what I did, Your Honor. The ICF should be on record that I specifically requested. I specifically requested a certified copy.
Sir, I'm not in charge of that, so I'm not going to address that any further. So my understanding is a certified copy was provided to you.
This is not the certified copy that I'm holding, Your Honor.
Yeah, you can take that up with the clerk of court. That is
Oh my God, I don't have a
I'm
case.
addressing here. I am not the custodian of the record. I would not be the judge to address any concerns that you have if you believe your request was not complied with.
It clearly wasn't, because
I'm not the person to do that, sir.
He's
It's
just
not
going to
the
argue with her
proper
as
venue
long
in
as
this
possible.
case or forum. All right. The custodian of the record needs to reply to that.
Judge.
That is our clerk of court. If you believe,
And you know me, I don't
she
usually
did
feel
not
sorry for
do that,
judges.
then you have recourse available to you, but it's not through this case. So with that, I'm going to move on. Let's have the jury brought out.
Was I not provided with exactly what I asked for? If I'm told by the court to submit an ICF for any requesting, and I requested specifically a certified copy of the docket sheet and was not provided with what I specifically
Don't
asked
forget to
for,
hit that Rumble Plus button.
Then how-
Hit that Rumble Plus button like you want to hit Darrel
I would like
Brooks.
You need
that
to take
stated.
that up with the clerk of court, and you can communicate directly.
Let's get these
with
numbers
her
up.
office.
Share
But I'm not
the
gonna do it through
stream.
this court proceeding.
I would
Like
like that
on
stated for the
YouTube.
record that I did not receive what I specifically asked for, and I'm sure that the ICF is on record. I can get
What
Mr.
I
Brooks,
specifically asked
for the record, we're on the record. And so
Okay.
everything that we're saying is on the record. So it's noted. Bring the jury out, please.
Also, I had one more thing I wanted to state for the
Oh
record.
no.
Go ahead.
Grounds.
Which was also submitted via inmate communication form. So that should be on the record, and it should be filed. I know it should have been received by now. It was addressed to Miss Monica Paz, and it was it was asking for the complaint that was filed. It was 3 different complaints, and they're found in the docket sheet. One from 11/23 of 2021, one from 11/29 of 2021, which would be the amended complaint, and then one from January 12 of 2022, which would be the second amended complaint. I specifically asked for copies of those to be provided, as they were not in any discovery.
Oh, this guy.
Mr. Brooks, I am not going to answer for Clerk of Court Paz. She is the custodian of the record. All right. So you're going to have to communicate directly with her. If you're looking for just copies, I'm happy to print those off for you.
I call the state of Wisconsin to the stand.
To you. I hear you saying you want certified copies. That would not be provided by me. Are you looking for certified copies or just copies?
Certified copies.
All right, then that will have to be addressed by Clerk of Court Paz.
So how would I do that? Because I
can't, sir. I've already told you need to make the request to her. If you are not subscribed to my Rumble channel, please get over there and subscribe. Sir, I'm not the custodian of the records. So.
I'm going to put the link in the chat, and I just realized I didn't put it in the description, so I'm going to go do that.
My understanding is it went to her. So with that, let's have the jury brought out. Your position's noted.
All right.
Your Honor, can we address the subject matter jurisdiction before the jury comes out? The jury comes out.
We've already done it.
And is that a judicial determination that you're making not to address the subject matter jurisdiction, which has yet to be proven at this point? It has not been verified.
Brooks, please, the jury's coming out. I know what you're doing, but I've already addressed that.
So is that
she's addressed it a million times.
My decision on the record stands.
Literally a million times.
I would like the record to reflect that you have not shown verified proof of subject matter jurisdiction whatsoever. And
this guy,
by refusing to answer, that is a tacit agreement by you, Your Honor. Which you understand what that means.
You mean a tacit agreement?
Mr. Brooks, I have not entered into any such agreement, and because the jury is out and you are claiming that there's some issue,
what the hell is he even asking about?
But I will entertain a request from the state for a curative jury instruction. All right, thank you, everyone. You may be seated, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. We are proceeding with this trial, and the state may call its next witness.
And Your Honor, before the state calls the next witness, I just want to let the record reflect that I did put Exhibit 54 on the witness stand, and it will be introduced through the next witness, who is Laura Thien.
All right, thank you.
I want them to tie him to the chair and gag him. That's what I want. I am so tired of this guy. I feel so sorry for these prosecutors.
Good morning, Ms. Thien.
And normally I just can't stand prosecution.
My stand, which is all the way up by me. It is up one riser. When you get there, please remain standing. Raise your right hand.
Way to make people feel sympathy for the state, Darrel Brooks.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Thank you. Please be seated. First thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record and spell each.
Laura, Laura, Thien, Thein.
Thank you. And sorry, I put an M on that previously. All right, go ahead, your witness.
Thank you. Good morning, Mrs. Thien. How are you today?
Very good.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to direct your attention to November 21st, 2021. Were you at the City of Waukesha Christmas Parade on that day?
Yes.
Were you there as a spectator?
No, I was in the parade. I was in one of the units.
Okay. And which group were you with?
The Milwaukee Dancing Grannies.
Oh, she's a dancing granny.
How long?
Yes.
8 years.
I love these ladies.
And how would you describe
this whole thing is
first
so
of all,
horrific.
How many people at that time were in the
Look
dancing
how cute she is.
There were 9 of us in the parade.
She was probably
Can you describe,
traumatized.
were you guys friends,
He's gonna
close? Did you see
cross-examine
each other
her.
often?
God, I
We
hate
were
this.
like sisters.
Oh,
We were a sisterhood
Oh,
Did you meet regularly for practices?
every week.
Without fail, pretty much?
It's too
And we
early
had
for
some
liquor.
social outings. And then we've seen each other again every weekend for a parade.
So would it be fair to say that the 9 people that were at the parade on November 21st, you knew pretty well?
Very well.
Lord Jesus. Oh,
Is
and they're
it
going to
normal
let
for
this
the
guy
dancing
cross-examine her.
grannies to be part of parades?
Oh, yes. We do lots of parades. We do about 21 of them in summer and about 5 to 6 in winter.
Did you talked about practices. Did you have certain numbers that you did for example, for the Christmas parade this past year in November?
Yes, we do Christmas routines and Christmas for the holidays. And then we do different type of routines for summer.
In November, would you have a pretty standard formation that you would keep to do each of your routines during the parade?
Yes.
Did you have uniforms?
Yes, we did.
Can you describe them for the jury?
Objection, relevant.
Objection relevance.
They were long skirts with white fur. They were blue with white fur on the bottom. Blue jackets with white fur for cuffs and around
Obviously,
the neck.
they're asking her this for identification purposes in the videos.
Did you have, I'm assuming if you were dancing to music, that you had something that played the music?
Yes, we have a music vehicle.
Where would that music vehicle be in relationship to the group who was performing?
Right behind the group.
Oh, hold on, there's been an objection. It's noted, it's overruled, her answer may stand. Just in the future, if there is an objection, wait until I've ruled on it and then answer if I say overruled. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Relevant.
Grounds for the relevancy.
Keep going.
Thank you. So did you also have people walking with the performers in the parade to give support?
Yes, we have volunteers. We have 2 volunteers that carry the banner and a volunteer that will give us ice chips in case we get.
Do you recall who were the 2 volunteers who were carrying the banner that day?
Yes, there was our usual banner carrier, a young girl, Allie, and then at the last minute, the gal didn't show up because we have 2 for the banner. She didn't show up. So Ginny, at the last minute, decided to be the other banner carrier.
Now, when you say Ginny, are you referring to Virginia Sorensen?
Yes.
And you knew her as Ginny?
Yes.
Okay. And you said there's also another support person who carried ice chips.
Yes.
Do you know who that was last year?
Objection, relevancy.
Overruled. You may answer.
Grounds for the overrule.
I should have.
You can answer.
Tell me about it, Lena.
Yes, Bill, one of our dancing granny's husbands.
Is that Wilhelm Haspel? Is that his full name?
Yes.
Thank you. Now I have before you a document that's marked States Exhibit 54.
Okay.
Do you see that in front of you?
Yes, that's pretty much our group.
Okay. So it consists of 9 different, it looks, why don't you describe for the jury exactly what's in front of you?
Objection.
Overruled.
Grounds.
Okay, we have 9 people that were in the parade. And when there are an uneven number, there is somebody who is in the slot.
Okay.
And it was my turn to be in the slot.
Okay. So on the top of the sheet, and I have a copy in front of me. So if we're going from the top down.
Thanks for the super chat, Beth.
We have the names.
She says, I love watching your videos. I find myself tuning into you more and more.
Looking at that, it's Ginny Sorensen and Allie. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I'm going to actually ask that this be published also for the jury and admitted into evidence.
Objection. And we have yet to see what's being talked about being shown.
Does Mr. Brooks have a copy?
I believe it's up in front of him now.
All right, give him a minute to look at it.
Objection. I do not consent to being called that name, nor do I agree to being called that name.
All right, the record should reflect that the Exhibit 54 is being displayed on the monitors at the present time to the parties, to the court, and to the witness. There's been an offer or a request by the state that the court receive the exhibit based upon the testimony of this witness. Exhibit 54 is received permission to publish as granted.
Objection.
Noted. Overruled.
On what grounds?
Mr. Brooks, I'm not going to be specifically addressing, so please respect that.
I respectfully request a legal reconsideration of your ruling.
Mr. Brooks, now is not the time for that. The objection has been overruled. I expect that you will honor that, and we will continue without interruption. Go ahead.
I do honor it, Your
Dolly,
Honor.
I sent Stephanie a link. If she can jump in, I'm
respectfully
sure she will. I
reject
sent one
that
to
ruling
Sean
and take
too,
exception to
Sean
that ruling.
Kohlmeyer.
Keep going.
But Sean's on
So in
the
the upper left-hand corner,
West
the name's
Coast,
Ginny
so he's sleeping.
Sorensen. In the middle, it says banner, and then Allie. Ginny was Virginia Sorensen. She was carrying the banner with Allie, correct?
Yes,
And they would be in the front as the group is going down the parade route.
yes.
And the 9 people who are listed in the boxes following or behind the banner, does that accurately reflect the lineup that you had on November 21st of last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Overruled. Her answer may stand.
Wow.
Your Honor, I'm now going to show the witness exhibit 53.
Oh, Stephanie wants her
Just the
link.
witness
She's
only.
up. All right, hold on.
And let me know when you see it up on your screen.
I sent it to her email, but she wants it on her
Okay.
phone.
I'm going to show you a couple seconds of it. I'm just going to ask you if this accurately depicts your group on November 21st of last year. So I'm going to play a couple seconds. It's starting at 00, and let's play it for 5 seconds.
This is my group coming up.
Okay.
Oh my God, the dancing grannies are
And does that
absolutely
accurately
killing me.
reflects how your group on November 21st of last year? Okay. I would,
We still haven't figured that out, Chris. We don't know what
Yes,
name
that's
Darrell
how it
Brooks
was.
responds to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have said that out loud.
It's okay.
Oh, she's so cute.
That's what I'm here for, to make sure the record's clear.
Stephanie.
I would ask the
Hey,
Hi. Have you been watching this shit show?
huh?
Have you been watching this shit show?
Exhibit,
Just for the last
53 is
2
received
seconds.
permission to
What?
publish as granted.
He's so funny.
Grounds for the
I know.
overrule.
So ridiculous. I'm trying to get this thing to hold my phone.
Ma'am, I'm going to play it straight through, and then we'll go back and go through it and pause it occasionally for you to identify everything, okay?
For those of you
Grounds
who
for
don't
the
know, this is
overrule,
Stephanie
yeah.
Kimbrough, my
The statement
attorney's
continue.
sister. She is fantastic.
Is
We have a
that
new audience on
determination
Rumble.
that you don't have to
Stephanie,
give
say
me the
hello to
grounds
Rumble.
For the
Hey, Rumble.
overrule, as I objected on the
Mr.
record.
Brooks, stop interrupting. I've made my ruling. Keep going.
Stop
Mr.
interrupting.
Brooks.
Thank
I
you.
ask for a written judicial finding of facts and conclusion of law,
What is that
or is that a
noise?
tactic
Is
agreement,
that-
Your Honor?
What is that noise?
Is it me?
Oh, it's the video. No, it's the
Just for
video. They're
record,
playing the
this is 1
dancing
minute and
grannies.
27 seconds here.
Aw.
I know, they're so cute.
What a horrible man. Why did he do this? He's obviously crazy.
just cannot stand the idea that this man gets to cross-examine these victims. There has to be a better way than this, Stephanie, for people to have their rights protected, but not.
But he has a right. It's really
Bam,
bad.
that was the routine at the beginning of the parade, it looks like.
Yes.
Correct?
I hate it.
Will you be able to identify each of the people if I go through the exhibit and kind of pause it occasionally for you to tell us who they are and a little bit about them?
Objection, hearsay.
Thank you.
Overruled.
Grounds for the overrule.
Grounds.
Not hearsay.
Not. What are your grounds? Not hearsay.
That's so annoying to me that he keeps on asking.
Without sound at 00.
Why does he keep asking the judge for grounds?
I don't know.
Again, can you circle Virginia Sorensen on the screen?
I'm
The screen in
copying
front
the
of you
best
is
Rumble
Judge is
comments.
going to develop the
This is
patience of
Ginny.
Job.
Can you tell us a little bit about Ginny?
I'm copying the best Rumble
Ginny was our glue.
comments.
She held
to
the
put them
group
up.
together. She was in the
Poor
group
Ginny.
the longest.
Oh,
And I
Ginny.
think she was in the group for close to 20 years.
Rest in peace, Ginny.
So she was in there for a long time. She was close to everybody. Like I say, we were like sisters. And if you had a problem, she would always ask you about it, talk to you about it. Ginny was always there.
If we can continue on, it stopped, I'm sorry, at 1 second. If we can continue on from 1 second. If we can pause it.
Okay, and now that's Lee and Sharon.
Okay, so who is on, as we're looking at this video, who's on the right side?
The right side would be Sharon. Lee is on the left. She was right behind Ginny.
And I'm just going to direct you to Exhibit 54.
I'm
Just in front
sorry.
of you.
I didn't hear you.
Hey, Iron Dog. Good to see you.
I'm sorry. Maybe I misunderstood. When you say the left side of the street was where Lee Owen was, or the left side of the
Yeah, I'm grateful
pictures
they're
you're
not
looking at
showing
your
the
screen?
graphic stuff, you guys, because I couldn't stand
Lee
to watch
was
it
on the
again.
left, right behind Ginny.
Miss B,
Oops.
it's okay. There's been an objection. It's overruled, but I would caution the state about leaving the witness.
Okay.
Go ahead. You may answer.
Okay, so
Okay.
right behind Ginny was Lee Owen.
Yes.
Is her full name Leanna Owen?
Lee was
Overruled.
very close to Ginny. They worked together a lot for the group. And she taught a lot for the new people that were coming in. She was more or less the leader to teach them the routines. And I rode with Ginny to not Ginny, but Lee. I rode with her to every practice. We rode together. So we were quite close too.
And next to Lee, you stated according to Exhibit 54, that would be Sharon Millard.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to focus on the people that were injured during the parade, okay? So next, if we can continue on, we stopped
Before you move on, can you tell me where that was paused?
at 11 seconds.
Thank you.
If you continue on from 11 seconds. And pause. The state has paused at 21 seconds.
Okay.
Iron Dog, you're making me laugh now too. Last night was fun.
Lee and Sharon, do you recognize that person?
That would be Betty.
And do you know Betty's last name?
Betty String.
Okay.
Stephanie, you've missed out on all the law
Rivera?
tube drama. There's been a lot of it.
She was fairly new. She was only in the
working
group
mad
for
hours.
a couple
I know.
years.
Really bad.
And so, but we knew each other quite
Yes,
well.
Iron Dog,
Did
that's
she
my
go out
sister,
on the
Stephanie.
events with you and
She
use your
sang
social
Send Us
events?
Thine Asteroid,
Absolutely.
O Lord, with me.
I think I said it. I stopped at 21 seconds. If we can
Fine
continue on.
asteroid, oh Lord. It's really getting bad here, Jesus. We need some
Gabriel,
help.
blow the
Can you
horn.
pause it.
Look
Gabriel,
at the dancing grannies, how cute they are.
28 seconds.
Oh, they're so precious.
Behind
This man,
Betty,
put him
there are
under the
2 women
jail.
who
I'm
are
so
in the
tired of him.
forefront of the video that
Mhm.
stopped. The person that
Fuzzy
would be
Kung Fu
dancing on the
says,
left-hand
can
side
the
of the
judge
street
make
as
a
you're
new
walking
ruling
down
for
the
every
street? Do
time
you know
this
who that
clown
is?
says grounds that
That
family
would be
members
Kathy
involved get to
Schmeling.
hit him with a baseball
This
bat?
was
Raw
her
tomatoes.
first parade.
Can you
something at 'em.
circle her where she's standing on the screen?
Okay, if I go the way she's going, on the right
No,
side or
you know
left?
what? On a serious note, the
Circle who
judge
you
has
think
to
is
be
Kathy
so
Schmeling.
careful
Okay.
I know.
to
Kathy
maintain
B.
absolute fairness and
Um,
appearance of it.
Well, she's
Or-
been doing that.
Yeah,
She's
on
been
the
sounds
going
right.
like she is.
overboard.
She
Yeah.
would be
She's going
right.
overboard.
Well, that's what
I
you
would have
have to do.
assigned him a lawyer days ago.
Yeah.
Been like,
you
sir,
said
you are
the other person was
incompetent
who?
and you're wasting
Lola.
the court's
Can
time.
you circle
Well, he
Lola?
has
Yes,
the
no.
right to
She
represent
is the
himself.
wife.
But he
if
doesn't
wants
have the
to.
right to waste the court's time
No, that's true.
with
Bill.
this bullshit that he
was
does.
hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But of course, the judge is going to
noted.
err on the side
It's
of being super,
Overruled her answer.
super, you know,
May stand. Next
accommodating
question.
to avoid any
And you
any
stated
claim
that
for appeal
Wilhelm or
that she
Bill
was
was
biased
a support
against him.
person that was marching
Yeah.
the parade that day.
Yes.
What did you know about Lola?
We'll see when I cut the YouTube stream off.
Lola
Probably
was the
not for a
mother
little while.
figure.
You have
She
time,
was,
but I'm
I
going to
think,
do it at
the
some point.
oldest in the grannies. And she was rather on the quiet side, but
This witness is absolutely
she was
adorable.
just friendly with everyone.
Totally.
Was
I
she
wanna hug
in the
her.
Grannies
I
when you
know it.
joined
She
8
makes me
years?
miss
Oh,
Grandma.
yeah, she was
I
in
know.
quite a long time, similar to
Can you
Judy.
believe Grandma's been gone for as long as she's
So
been
continuing
gone?
on
No.
from
22
28
years,
seconds,
man.
I'd ask that we continue playing.
I can't.
22
think of
years
her-
without our grandma.
I think of her
can
or
pause.
say something about
The
her
state paused at 34
probably
seconds.
every day.
Do you
I know, I think
can you
about her
identify
every
the
day, too.
person
Like
who is
yesterday?
behind Lola
Can I talk over this
and
witness? Does anyone
Kathy
care?
on
Yeah,
the
hold
video?
on, hold on.
Yeah,
Let
she
me.
would be in the middle.
I'm going to turn it down a
That
little.
is-
Go ahead.
Objection. It's overruled.
So yesterday I went to
Wow.
Nemours beautiful estate in Delaware, which has gardens and a beautiful estate just to look at. And while we were there, we saw a bride and groom getting their, well, I mean, it was engagement pictures, getting photos done. And they started kissing and it was getting a little like, woo, you know, and I said, woo, woo.
That sounded just like Grandma. She used to go, woo, woo.
This is exactly what Grandma Vicky would have said.
She'd go,
It was
woo.
funny.
God, I loved her so much.
I know
I
it.
love her so much. I
love
still
her
love
so
her.
much. Precious.
I miss her.
All of us are
No.
very friendly.
Okay. You seem like you might be. Okay, if we can clear the screen and continue. from
She's
34
somebody who
seconds.
gives you cookies the second you walk into her house.
It's true.
This one. I can tell she's got that
Yeah.
grandma
Pause the
vibe,
screen
man.
here.
She's so sweet.
Okay.
Okay, the next two
Hey,
people are
Laura.
behind.
Good to see you,
Ms.
girl.
Rosentreater.
Tomorrow, yeah.
And can you identify
Gabriel,
those people?
Michael, Raphael,
Yes.
Maroney,
This is
somebody just blow the
Tamara
damn
Duran.
horn.
So you have two Tamaras on your team?
Yes, we do.
Okay,
And two Kathys too. but-
okay.
Anybody?
And this is Kathy
Is that
Zard-
Zartek?
Zartek or
Leading the
something
witness.
like that.
Hold on. There has been an objection.
Okay.
I'll sustain the objection on leading grounds.
Oh,
Her
she
answer may
sustained
stand,
one?
but I would again caution the state. to-
Leading, yeah.
Oh.
And I would just note for the record.
Well,
Exhibit
she's already
54
warned the
is in
state to
front of
stop
this
leading
witness, and
her.
It does have the first and
Well,
last
it is
names, and she's
kind of-
already said that it accurately reflects the people who are marching with the Dancing Grannies on November 21st of last year.
That was not the question. It was leading.
Understood. For purposes of identification, though, I'm going to instruct her to turn the Exhibit 54 over. to make sure
112
that
watching on
her
Rumble right
testimony
now.
today
don't
is
forget
from
to
her
hit that
recollection and
plus
not from reading
button.
from a form. So
Let's
if you could
get this
turn that
thing
over, please.
trending.
The paper document that you have. There you go. Thank you. Go ahead.
Now you circled, can you circle Tamara Durand again, Tamara?
Okay, this is Tamara Duran.
Okay. What
This
you-
would be Kathy Z.
Okay. Direct your attention to Miss Durand. Can you tell us a little bit about her?
I'm sorry.
Directing your attention to Miss Durand, can you tell
Yes.
us a little bit about her?
She was new, and this again was her first parade. She was so excited about being a granny because she had worked for months and months to learn all the routines. And when she knew she would be in that Christmas parade, she was so excited. She just couldn't wait. So she was looking forward to doing all the parades. That was the first and last parade she ever did.
If we can clear the screen
Aww.
and continue on with the video from 42 seconds.
Man, what a horrifying experience for these people. And it sounds to me like he was upset because he couldn't go to the gas station because they had the roads blocked off.
If we can pause it.
So what was his
Last,
motive?
not least,
I think he
That
just
was
got
it.
I think he just
Okay,
got
that's
pissed
you.
off that the
That's
roads were closed and he
Okay,
needed to get to the
so
gas
you
station.
have the diagram. I think there's only one
insane.
person in it.
I know he just had like a rage
You
attack.
said you've been with the Dancing Grannies for 8 years, correct?
At least that's
Yes.
what it sounded like.
We
He
can
got
clear
into a
this,
fight
and
with
I
a
stopped it
motorist
at 1 minute
and then
9
another
seconds.
person at the gas
If we
station.
continue forward.
And he was going the wrong way down a one way. He just had like a road rage. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't care what his motive was.
I'm gonna
He needs
pause.
to go to jail
That's the music
forever.
vehicle.
Who drove
How many
that
people
vehicle
did
on
he
that day?
kill?
Pardon?
Who drove
6,
the vehicle
but
on
he
that day?
injured
My
many more.
husband.
Okay. And you see a
Laura says he
figure
claimed he
entering
was fleeing a
into
knife
the
fight.
Screenshot.
We haven't
Okay,
heard
you know who that is?
his defense yet. He
This
hasn't
would
even
be
put on an
Bill.
opening statement. He said he was waiting until after the
And
state
that's Bill Wilhelm.
gave their case.
Did you
Pardon?
know the last
Okay.
name?
It's been rephrased.
Hospital.
Okay.
That would be Bill Hospital.
Okay. And do you recall him wearing a hat that day, as shown in the picture?
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled.
Grounds.
Grounds.
Obviously, the
Relevant.
grounds were she didn't think it was
Let me answer.
leading.
I know. And
Okay.
the judge keeps saying
Bill was just
not
walking
leading.
up
That's
behind
not hearsay.
Tamara Duran.
LOP
gonna
Tones,
be
thank you for the
offering
Rumble
her
rant.
some
I'm not sure you heard the question.
If this
the state could
degenerate
re-ask
starts
it.
with grounds on this
Was-
Nana, I will
And
scream.
looking at the picture, was Mr. Hospital wearing a hat that day?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. And during pretty much the entire route of the parade, was he usually in back of you or in front of your position?
He's on the side of us.
Okay. And usually on the side that he's on right now?
Sometimes he would be on the other. It just depended how many people we had to give ice on any particular parade.
Okay. And was it cold that day? Do you remember?
Oh
Yes,
God,
it
Dolly
was
says
pretty
killed
cold.
6 and hurt
Okay.
76.
I did stop the video at 1
Oh.
minute and 20 seconds, and I'm done with this.
One little
experience.
girl had horrible road rash all over her face. She was hit. I listened to her mother
At some
testify the
point
other
during
day,
the
and I
parade,
about died.
Did you hear?
I don't know how
Strike
these
that.
people survived
Were you
this.
always, with the formation that you've testified about, were you always the last dancer in the formation?
No,
On November 21st, 2021, were you the last dancer in the formation throughout that parade route?
for this parade I was.
Okay.
We took, if there's an even number, nobody is in the slot. But if there's an odd number, there was no partner. So we just would take turns. Each different person at each different parade would be in the slot.
Okay. So at some point, did you hear something unusual behind you during the parade?
No, because the music vehicle was right behind me.
Did
So-
you? at any
Why
time
doesn't
turn
this
around and
prosecutor
see
just say
something
what
unusual?
happened next? Then
Yeah, as we were going and I
Oh,
was
no.
dancing, when I would turn I seen a streak of red coming on my right side.
How fast was that streak of red going?
It was going pretty fast.
Hold on. The objection's noted. It's overruled. Her answer may stand.
Grounds for the overrule.
Relevance.
Relevance.
So your answer stands, which you said it was going pretty fast.
Yes, it just like whizzed past me. It wasn't just going slow.
As it was going past you, who was in the area prior to it going past you on, and I'm assuming you lifted your right arm, was that on your right side as you were marching down Main Street?
Yes.
Okay. Who was in that area prior to that red streak coming through?
Kitty corner for me, that would be Bill and Tamara Darrell.
Did you get the opportunity to see what that red streak was?
Yeah, and shortly, in a few seconds later, the red vehicle was right in front of me, going down the center of, to me, just pointing to the center of the parade route.
So right in front of you?
Yes.
How close did that red streak come to you?
I would say a few feet. He had to go around the car, the music vehicle.
Okay.
And then
that's how we all feel, Shawnette.
On the right side.
I just, everybody wants to slap
Bill
this guy.
And Tamara were hit.
So when you were in front, or I'm sorry, in the back of the parade line.
Wait till he starts cross-examining this witness. You're really going to hate him then. How much you want to bet he's going to ask her? Are you the plaintiff in this case?
That you've identified. It went to the right.
Stephanie, have you heard his arguments about the plaintiff?
The right side. Yes.
No, he wants to call the state of Wisconsin as a witness.
And Tamara.
And the judge keeps telling him,
one,
sir,
you
cannot call the state of Wisconsin as a witness.
Several feet.
The state of Wisconsin is an entity. But the state of Wisconsin is the plaintiff. They're the ones bringing the accusations, and I have a right to face my accuser.
I didn't see them get
Well, you're doing it, sir, right now.
It all happened so quick that I was still dancing, and all of a sudden I seen the red car in front of me, and I screamed either in my head or out loud. I don't know which. But I said, what is he doing? Where's he going?
Oh, no.
And I just screamed it because it was so unusual. And I knew if he was going down the center of the parade route, he was going to be hurting a lot of people. And he wasn't going slow. He was going at a good clip.
Did from the time that you
Fuzzy
saw
Kung
the red
Fu,
vehicle on your right,
Kung Fu, is it Fuzzy Kung Fu?
Striking
I agree with you.
And Tamara, did you see it slow down at all?
Did I what?
See the vehicle slow down?
No, it just hit them. And as he was coming in, he started then going.
Yeah,
toward
Iron
the
Dog.
middle,
I know a lot about sovereign citizens, and they are the most frustrating people on the planet.
To the left and killed 2 more.
You said it was a red vehicle. Did you get a general description of the vehicle? What type of car? Was it a car, a sedan, a pickup truck?
Ella Patones, thank you for the Rumble rant.
SUV or something. It was
says I want to go full AH on him.
A van or something on that.
If anybody ever deserved an Amber
So
Heard
as the
in his
went
life,
through,
it's Darrell
did
Brooks.
It stop after it struck? I think you said it struck the people in the front.
Don't forget to hit that Rumble Plus button if you're on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe and share, please. Share the stream.
He came
if you're on
from
Facebook,
right.
hit that like button and share it.
Sorry.
Who's not leaving? Go ahead.
Stephanie, what are you wearing? It's
It
pretty.
came from the right. Hit 2 people.
Is that a jacket, a sweater? What am I looking
toward
at?
the middle. That's when I really seen him. And then
she's not listening to me.
2 more people veered to the left.
I'm trying to explain.
And the last 2 people that were struck, do you know who
Set
those
my
people
phone up
were?
and walk away.
Yes, I believe they were Ginny and Lee.
And you testified that
is it? A
both of those
cardigan?
people
It's really
died as a
pretty.
result of being struck.
They were killed instantly.
Let me see.
It's just a cute
And
jacket.
because the car came
Oh, it's
from
lovely.
the back.
I like it.
That's okay. There's not a question. Wait till the question is asked.
Okay.
After the car struck Ginny, and she would have been in the front of the parade still carrying the banner, is that correct?
Yes. She was on the far left, right in front of Ginny.
After that occurred, did you see the vehicle stop?
No.
I know, Iron
Vehicle
Dog, this is
going?
what drives me
Yes.
crazy.
Did you see the
The
path of
dragging
travel
it out when
took
he does the
after
thing that he
it,
does, wasting the
struck
judge's
Ginny?
time.
Well, after it struck
I hate
Ginny, it was sort of on the left side of the street, and it just kept barreling through.
No, Laura, I got to watch some
I
this
didn't bring
morning,
up exhibit
but I wasn't able
54
to
yet.
watch very much.
Go
I
ahead.
fell
I'd ask
asleep
that be
last
published to
night.
the jury. It's previously been admitted into evidence. Go ahead.
Objection.
I'm assuming the
relevancy
verdict in
of
the
the video?
Parkland trial is guilty. What's the, or it's not a verdict,
54,
it's
the court's already
a
admitted it.
sentencing,
It's
right?
shown to the jury. Go
What's
ahead.
the sentence?
Ma'am,
Anybody
can
know?
you, when the car went through, can you approximate where Bill was on this chart? You can put an X where you think he was.
And Alex Jones has been
Bill
ordered
was
to pay almost $1
about
billion.
here.
I thought the sheet wasn't being shown.
I don't know if you heard that yet.
You specifically made a ruling for the sheet to be turned over.
That was during her testimony. She's now being asked to annotate the exhibit. So it's proper. Your objection's noted. It's overruled. Go ahead.
Thank you. Can you show the jury using this chart, and maybe you just using a line, the path that the red vehicle took?
It struck there, hit Tamara, Betty, Lee, and then Jimmy.
Thank you. If we can take a screenshot of that, and it would be State's Exhibit 54A, I believe. And you stated after it struck your group, it continued going in the left hand?
Yes.
Okay, the
Do you know
sentencing
what
will be
group was in front
read
of you?
at 10:30 a.m.
What was in?
I'm sorry,
So
do you know what parade group
we'll
was in
skip
front
over
of the
there when
dancing
that
grannies?
happens for the Parkland
And if you don't
shooting.
remember, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not real sure.
So at 10:30, we'll go over there to hear the judge.
Did capture the annotation and marked it as 54A.
He's going to either get life or death. So the judge is going to announce it at 10:30, and we will go
After
over
the
there and
vehicle
carry
went
that
by,
live.
What did you do?
Gosh, it's a big day
After the
today in
when
court.
I noticed that vehicle in front of me,
Big
and
day.
then it went toward the left and continued going down. It all happened.
69% of people on Law and Crime say that he should face
And
the death penalty.
after
I'm
the
talking about the
car
Parkland
kept
shooter.
going,
31% want life.
And all I seen were bodies. I thought I was in a war.
Oh.
Because
oh my God,
there were just so many. And I just went into shock, and I just grabbed my jacket like this and went to each body to see who it was and if I could help.
You said that you grabbed your jacket. You held both sides of your jacket up to your neck area. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, I think I
Relevancy.
needed.
Hold on. The objection's noted. It's overruled. Her answer and the description provided for the record by Attorney Basie, I would note, was accurate. You may continue.
Grounds for the overrule.
gave the ground.
Already noted.
She gave you
Go
the
ahead.
grounds, you moron.
So you said that you were in shock.
I just went into shock, seeing
Oh.
the bodies. I needed to hold on to something, I think. So I just grabbed this and just went from body to body. And then the people were running into the road with blankets, and anybody that was in the medical
Plasma,
group
I don't think the death
came
penalty
and
is on
were
the table in
helping
this
the
case.
people that were laying in the road to see if they could help.
The people that you saw laying in the road, were all of those people from your group?
Yes.
Here is the Rumble link. I'm dropping it in the chat. If you guys want to share out the Rumble link, or if you want to go over to Rumble and watch there, download the app on your phone. It's really easy.
Thank you. Can you walk us through who you went up to and what you observed after you said you started going to each of the bodies to check and see if you could help?
Like I say, the people from the sidewalk, they just ran into the road to help.
Spectators?
Spectators from the sidewalk, yes. They were wonderful to try to help, bringing blankets to cover the
158 watching on Rumble right now. Hit that plus button, you guys. Thanks for being here.
Someone from I think it was the tavern, the bar.
Wisconsin
right
does
there.
not have a
And
death penalty.
Someone came out and had us, kind of corralled us, me,
but
Sharon,
there is a mandatory
and
life
Kathy
sentence, which is the max
tavern
charge.
to give us some warm coffee or something to drink. But I couldn't stay in there. I had to be out there, and I had to know what was going on and how badly anybody was hurt.
So when you came out, who did you go up to?
I went back. I was on the road again, and just looking who was being helped and who was
That's loyalty, Iron Dog.
Being helped yet, and how badly they were hurt. I could not even find Tamara and Lee.
Okay. And when you say Tamara Durand or Tamara Rosentreater?
Durand.
Okay. So you couldn't find Tamara or Lee Owen?
Okay. Sorry. Did you hear her ask, was that Lee Owen?
I got the
I'm
beard.
Sorry. Yes, the two of them.
All right, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and do this.
Were accounted for, but I didn't know where they were. So when they were hit, they went flying on the sidewalk.
Is that on a transparent background, I hope?
And that's why I didn't see them.
How do I get it on a transparent background?
You said yourself.
How do I copy
Kathy
it?
Zadar's deck.
Copy image. I'll try
Kathy
that.
Schmeling, the three of you went into the bar initially. Is that correct?
When they came out, they told us, come on in here and get warm and have something warm to drink. And
were you injured as a result did you get struck by the red vehicle?
No.
Did you see injuries, or do you know if Kathy Schmeling or Kathy Zadarstek got hit by the red vehicle?
I don't believe so, because Sharon, Kathy, and I were, Kathy Z, were kind of walking in the road trying to see if everyone was being helped.
How about, you said Sharon was also looking to see if people were being helped. Did you observe any injuries on Sharon?
No. We were the three more or less and the fourth one was Kathy Schmeling, and she immediately went on the sidewalk, and I think it was a sister or someone was on the sidewalk watching the parade. She quick ran up to Kathy and took Kathy right home.
Kathy's sister, Kathy Schmeling's sister, took Kathy Schmeling home?
Yes, because she was crying, standing there on the sidewalk, and she was kind of uncontrollable.
Okay.
Ah.
So let's go. Who were the first people that you saw as you walked out to check on people?
Sharon, I seen her.
I'm sorry, of the injured people.
Oh.
Who did you see of the injured people? Approximately where were they and what did you observe?
Okay, I went straight ahead, and it was mainly Tamara.
Rosentreater?
Yes. And then it was Betty String.
Were they both on the ground?
Yes, they were laying in the road.
Did you see, were they able to move?
Pardon?
Were they able to move?
Not much, because the people were telling them to lay still, because I believe Betty had 2 skull fractures, and they didn't want her to move her head or anything. But yet she was awake, and she
I don't know
talk.
if this is going to work. I'm trying to put Jack Murphy's beard on the Law and Crime
now she
logo.
Had several
Bear with me
bones,
for a second.
ribs,
Shoot, that's not going to work.
Wrist, leg.
Dang it.
So she had a lot of broken bones, but she too could talk.
Stuff is off, and he's not a.
How about Lola Haspel?
Lola immediately ran to her husband. He was laying kind of on the sidewalk, because when he was hit, he just went toward the sidewalk. And now he was hurt. He wasn't killed instantly. And she had a blanket for him, and she stayed with him until the ambulance came and took him to the hospital.
Did Bill recover from the injuries sustained by that vehicle?
No, he didn't. He died during surgery.
Did you note any injuries or find out of any injuries to Lola Haspel?
No.
And Lee Owen, you said you could not find. Did you find Lee at all that evening?
Yes. Later, the police had me identify her. They had her picture on their phone. And because I asked where Lee was, and they showed me, is this Lee? And it was her. She was thrown on the sidewalk. That's why I didn't see her in the road.
Do you know what side of the sidewalk she was, or what side of the road she was thrown on?
She was on the left.
As you're marching down Main Street, she was on the left side?
Yes, she was right behind Ginny.
And the picture that they showed you of Lee, was she alive when they took that picture?
No, she was killed instantly.
Oh, God.
And Ginny, did you see Ginny that night?
Oh.
Ginny was killed instantly also. She was
I think we're going to go over to...
Again, on the left-hand
side? The Parkland
yes.
case. It looks like they're back in the courtroom for the
Bill was on
sentencing.
The right side.
Well, I'll keep an eye on it.
Kind of
it seems like that
on the sidewalk.
The sound's not back on yet.
Go by him at all, or
yes?
Objection.
I talked to him.
Hold on. There's been an objection.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
It's overruled, and her answer that she gave me.
I didn't even state the objection, but.
Who knows how to put Jack Murphy's beard on the Law and Crime logo for me? I can't get it done.
Ma'am, I'm going to show you what's been previously marked and admitted into evidence, which is Exhibit 15. It's going to show up on your screen, okay? Let me know when you see it in front of you. And I'd ask that be published to the jury as well. It's previously been admitted into evidence.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Ma'am, can you, is this look to be Main Street, the parade route from November 21st of 2021?
Objection. Reading the witness.
Sustained as to the form of the question. Please rephrase.
This.
Do you know what Exhibit 15 is?
All right, I think we're gonna skip over to the verdict or the sentencing right now. Hold on. Hold on. This is happening right now. Hold on, here we go.
Meg, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they just turned the sound on and now they've turned it back off.
How many kids were killed in the Parkland shooting?
Oh, gosh. There were a lot.
Sorry, I'm out of it. Which state was that in?
Florida.
Oh, God, horrible. Is that the one where the deputies cowered afraid outside? And
yes, 17 people were killed at Parkland's Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
That's horrendous. Oh, that's where that kid, David, what's his name? The one who...
Hogg.
Oh.
Not the good David Hogg.
There's David Hogg?
There is a good David Hogg who does a lot of volunteer work with the elderly. He's very, very sweet.
Aw. But this is the one I'm talking about, is that snotty kid who went off to Harvard and...
Yeah, he tried to make a career out of it. He also made a pillow company to compete with My Pillow, but his pillow company went out of business before it got started.
That's sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So obviously they're testing out the sound system. I think that's what that annoying sound is. Wow, that's really annoying. I'm turning that down. What are they doing?
Right.
Anyway, biggest niggas made me a Jack Murphy's beard to put on Law and Crime because biggest is awesome, but I can't figure out how to do it because I am bad at this. I thought that I was going to be able to put it on a transparent background and just size it to the size of the screen and put it in the right spot, but that didn't work. It didn't work. My transparent background wasn't actually transparent. It's the horn. Iron Dog says, it's the horn. It's being blown. Gabriel. Gabriel, blow the horn. I imagine that sound is going to be much more triumphant than this one. Whatever I'm listening to sounds terrible. Sounds like a ringtone. Man, it's an exciting day in court in trial land. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff going on today. A lot of stuff. Yes, David Hogg's father is FBI and was stationed at the LAX shooting and then moved to Parkland for the Parkland shooting. Yeah, that was all strange. Yeah, biggest, I know the image you did was right. It was transparent. But then me putting it onto the screen, I don't know how to do that other than to make an overlay and try and get it on and I did that, but my background didn't turn out to actually be transparent. Look what happened. Look, see? I put the beard in the right spot, like here's where the logo would be, but it's not transparent, so that won't work. See? It's in the right spot. But look. I did it right, but also did it wrong. Because I don't really know how to add a transparent background. I'm dumb and I just copied one, and obviously that didn't work. Somebody needs to help me with this. I'm not trying to be a boomer. I just have boomer tech skills, and that is unfortunate for me and for everyone else. Yeah, I'll be going back to Brooks. It's just that I don't want to miss the Parkland sentencing, and obviously they're getting ready for it right now. And clearly, and if I go back over to Brooks right now, you know darn well that this will start. So they're all getting ready for it. So let's just do that. I don't know where Stephanie went. She must be going to get more laundry to fold. But why don't we talk about what else is coming up on this show today? So I'm going to be breaking away from the Brooks trial a couple of times. At 10:30, Alvin Louis is going to be here. We are going to be talking about breaking news in the ask of American School Counselors Association investigation that he's been doing. He has tweets from one of their main school counselors that's doing all the training. And man, is this stuff racist. You've never seen as racist tweets. And these people can stay on Twitter. They can be as racist as they want to be and stay on Twitter. So that's going to be pretty interesting coming up at 10:30. And then we will, of course, go back to the Brooks trial. I'm going to be going in and out. Right now, I guess I should change the thing on the bottom. We're waiting for the verdict. Not the verdict. I keep saying verdict, but it's not a verdict. Sentencing of Parkland shooter, and I refuse to even say that guy's name. I don't even know his name, and I don't think we should say it. Sentencing of Parkland shooter happening any minute now. Okay, scroll across bottom. All right. Yes, Kamala, this is Parkland at the moment. We're going to go right back to Brooks, and I'm sure that he is probably, well, let's see what he's doing. I'll keep an eye on that. I hope he's probably going to be cross-examining this poor witness.
Right. And do you know who that was?
Yes.
Who was that?
When they had it on TV, that was the man, right?
I'm sorry. Who was the body that went flying in the street that came towards the front of the screen?
Hold on 1 second. That last answer, I'm going to, because it was non-responsive, but I'm going to strike it, instruct the jury to disregard it. And then if you could state your question again.
Certainly. If we can go to Exhibit 55 again, to approximately the 10-second mark.
Are you withdrawing that last question then?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you.
Can that be struck? The question?
It's been withdrawn.
Can it be struck from the record?
It's been withdrawn.
May it be struck from the record?
does not need to be struck. So the request is denied. It's been withdrawn.
May I ask for legal and factual
Remarks of
basis
the
for your
attorneys and questions of the attorneys are not evidence. It's the answers that are evidence. So that's why it's not being struck. You may continue, Attorney Basie.
Thank you. Do you see a body probably in the middle of the screen on the left-hand side? On the ground?
Yes.
Do you know who that is?
Well, it's hard to tell who it's, but that would probably be Ginny.
Okay, thank you. I'm now going to show you just you. It'll be in front of you on the screen, Exhibit 152. Exhibit 152 is 14 seconds in length. I'm going to show it to the witness, the entire 14 seconds, to see if she recognizes this.
Fuzzy Kung Fu. I could hire someone to screw with the logo for me, but I'm going to need a whole lot more Rumble rants first. So get on that. And then I'll hire someone to make funny logos for Cuck and Crime, which is what we're watching right now. Copyright Cucks of Law and Crime.
But when the car hit them, it was on my side, and I didn't see them flying or anything.
But you saw the car come through, and you previously testified that you saw the car strike them. You didn't see where they went. Is that
objection? Leaving the witness.
Overruled. That answer may stand.
I'm going to ask that this be admitted into evidence and published to the jury.
Objection. Where's the relevancy?
The objection's noted. It's overruled, and Exhibit 152 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Grounds for your ruling, Your Honor.
Relevance.
I'm going to play it at full speed initially, and then I'm going to play it at 50%. So I will ask you questions after I play it full speed, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If we can play the whole 15 seconds with some. Ma'am, who did that red vehicle strike in that exhibit 152?
Objection. Leading the witness. Saw the video.
Tomorrow.
Hold on. There's been an objection, everyone. The objection is noted. It's overruled. Now you may answer the question.
Grounds for the overrule, Your Honor.
It's overruled. You may answer.
Grounds for the overrule, Your Honor.
Go ahead. You may
Tomorrow,
answer.
Darrell.
Thank you. I'm now going to play it at 50% speed for the jury.
I really hate everything about him being able to cross-examine these people. I wish there was a different way. Why Stephanie, did you know that Ted Bundy defended himself? Oh, she's gone. I'm talking to an empty couch.
You saw travel in front of you?
Yes.
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled.
Grounds for the overrule, Your Honor.
Because I said so.
Overruled. Next question.
Ma'am, I'm now going to, if I did not already do it, I'd ask that Exhibit 152 be admitted into evidence. I would then direct the witness's attention to Exhibit 153, which will show just in front of your screen, okay?
Grounds.
Exhibit 152 was received already. No need to address the request for grounds by Mr. Brooks due to that. And then the exhibit is up in front of the court, the witness, and the parties, but not published.
Objection. I do not consent to or agree to being called that name, Your Honor, for the record.
Go ahead, Attorney Basie.
Thank you. This clip
Would that be noted for the record, Your Honor?
Go ahead, Attorney Basie.
Thank you.
May that be
Oh my
noted
God.
for the
Mr.
record,
Brooks,
Your Honor.
stop interrupting.
I just want to make sure.
Mr. Brooks, stop.
I just want to make sure it's on the record.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Attorney Basie.
Thank you. This clip is 38 seconds in length, Your Honor. Again, I'm going to show you the first 5 seconds of this clip and ask if it accurately reflects your observations from November 21st of last year. Ma'am, is that your group in the Walkstar Christmas Parade last November?
Yes.
Okay. I'd ask that Exhibit 153 be admitted into evidence and be published for the jury.
Objection. Relevancy.
Exhibit 153 is received. It may be published to the
Oh
jury.
yeah, pictures of the crime scene are totally not relevant.
Ma'am, I'm going to have it played at full speed, and then I'll ask you some questions and then play it at half speed, okay?
Mm.
Ma'am, what did you see in Exhibit 153 that was just played before you?
I seen Bill being hit and thrown towards the sidewalk.
That's Bill Hospital?
Yes.
And I'm going to show it now to you and the jury, just a clip of it starting at 0 seconds at 50% speed. What I'm going to be asking you about is where you are in this clip. Okay? So if you can start it. I see we may have a future granny in front of us here with the green hair.
Sure looks like it.
Objection. Relevancy.
Your objections noted, sustained. The jury will strike that last question and answer. And the jury will disregard that last answer.
Now, if you look at the street, pause. Sorry, keep going. We can pause it now at 21 seconds. I would just ask, did you see after Bill Hospital was struck, did you see some feet coming through the screen on the bottom at the very end of that clip?
Objection. Relevancy.
I seen him in the legs. Yeah.
Okay. And then did you see your feet, Mark? That would have been the
Oh no,
area that
didn't work
did you see your
either.
feet in the video at the end? It's fine if you didn't. It's
Not really.
nice. Okay. Thank you. Nothing further. Thank you.
Ma'am, I'm going to give Mr. Brooks an opportunity to ask you questions as well. Please answer those for him. Go ahead, your cross.
During your testimony, you kept referring to he. Who were you referring to when you said he?
I can't understand it.
Can you please state your question a little bit louder? She was not able to hear.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
You need to be closer to the microphone or project your voice, okay?
I got it.
Thank you.
During your testimony, you kept referring to a he. Like a lot of times you would say he. Who were you referring to by the he?
Oh, here we go.
Who did you mean by the he?
He,
Yes.
when it was showing Bill,
No, not
Bill would be the he.
Before today, have you seen any of those videos before today?
No.
You stated that you saw a red vehicle strike the grannies. Do you remember if that was, or let me back up. Do you remember what type of vehicle you saw?
It was like an SUV. It wasn't just a car. It was, the flat back. I'm bad for cars. And all I know is I've seen the red streak, and then all of a sudden I've seen the car in front of me.
So would you describe it as a car?
It was a vehicle.
And how close did it come to you, if you recall?
I would say several feet. I was in front of the music vehicle, and it came around the music vehicle on the right side, and that's where Bill and Tamara were. And I was a little bit this way because I was directly behind the music vehicle.
Were you able to see into the vehicle in any way?
Was I able to what?
To see inside of the vehicle?
No, because it came behind me.
So you didn't get a look at the driver at all?
No, I don't have eyes in the back of my head.
Do you recall what happened when people were struck by the vehicle?
No, I couldn't see them being struck from where I was. The vehicle was big, and it was after the vehicle went through our group that I seen all the people that were struck.
Earlier, you testified to people being thrown to the side of the street. Would it be fair to say that, and I'm going off your last answer to the last question, would it be fair to say that you didn't see that with your own eyes?
No, that's where they were found.
But you didn't see it with your own eyes?
No, I couldn't. Sorry about that.
You also stated that a few of the people that were struck died instantly. Would that be fair to say?
That died instantly, you mean?
Yeah, you stated that a few people that were struck died instantly. Would that be fair to say?
Some of them, yeah.
And
2 were injured. And
how would you know for sure that they died instantly if you didn't see them struck?
Because the police found 2 of them on the sidewalk, one on the left, one on the right. They were already dead.
So were you told by the police that they were dead?
Oh, God. What does that have to do
Were
with
you told
anything?
by the police
They're dead.
that they had passed away?
I could see they were working on them and weren't getting anywhere. They were trying to get the heart started with the heart machines. Nothing was working.
And you know that for sure?
I seen them working on them, yes. Not all of them, but on some of them.
So was it fair to say at that time that you had no medical diagnosis at that point in time?
Nobody gives nobody diagnosis. They just were working on them and trying to get them revived, but they couldn't do it.
So it would be fair to say at that time you had no knowledge of the injuries sustained?
No.
Stupid. This is not helping him.
It's none of this ever helps him, but he continues to do it.
The prosecutor is not objecting because he's just burying himself.
You stated that I believe it was a Kathy. Did you know a Kathy that was part of your group?
Yes, 2 Kathys.
You stated, I don't remember which one, but you stated that one of the Kathys had a sister or something.
Yes, and on the sidewalk watching the parade.
Do you recall the sister's name?
No.
Are you sure it was a sister or maybe just a relative?
Could have been a sister or a relative. I figured it was a sister.
So it would be fair to say you didn't know for sure who it was.
That's the answer.
It was someone in the family.
You may answer. Go ahead, you may answer.
Okay, it was someone in her family that was trying to console her, but she was just standing there out of control, weeping. And
you stated that there was a music van or of some sort.
a music vehicle.
And you also stated that you couldn't hear what was going on behind you because the music van. Would that be fair to say?
That's right. I didn't hear anything. I'm just seeing a red streak when it came past me.
So would it be fair to say that if a vehicle was honking a horn, you wouldn't have heard it if it was behind you?
I don't know.
Where is he?
No, there was no horn.
Is he standing?
But you don't know for sure because you stated that the music was playing pretty loudly. Would that be fair to say?
That's for sure. But whether I would hear a horn or not, I don't know.
Gadfly's on West Coast time. He's probably sleeping. He's got the link. If he can get in here, he will.
Were you able to see a license plates number of the vehicle?
Oh, geez.
No.
It's on tape. It's such a waste of time.
The vehicle would be in the parade route. I didn't have time to read a license plate.
And you stated that there's also a member of your group named Lola.
Named what?
Lola.
Lola. Yes, it was her husband, Bill.
And she, to your knowledge, to your recollection, Lola was not injured?
No.
You spoke with knowledge of a lot of the injuries. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Have you yourself ever had any medical training of any kind?
No, my family is all in the medical field.
Have you yourself ever been in the medical field?
No.
Did you see anyone behind you struck?
No, because I was behind the music vehicle.
I wish just once someone would say sovereign citizens don't believe in license plates.
And you yourself weren't injured, right?
No. The car couldn't get at me because they would have to go through the car.
Yeah, exactly. He'll be getting familiar with license plates soon enough.
You stated
not soon enough
that you went inside of a building at some point, or
Yes.
one of the businesses.
Yes.
And you stated that you couldn't stay in there because you wanted to see how bad everything was outside. Would that be fair to say?
Well, I was outside first, walking and seeing everybody, then watching them work on them. And the tavern was trying to comfort us by inviting us in for coffee or water, or something to get us. But I couldn't stay in there. I had to be out there with them people.
Do you recall about how long you stayed in the tavern? I think you said it was before you went back.
Terry says,
out?
first time sub here. Nice to see your real hair color. Terry, my hair's just
5
wet.
minutes and 10.
We are also not just watching a trial. We are watching my hair dry live on stream. So it looks a little darker because it's wet. Don't forget to hit that Rumble plus sign if you're on Rumble. We've got 230 people watching live on Rumble, which is awesome.
So when were you informed by
that's terrific.
I guess I would say medical personnel of the injuries to your group?
Yeah, he finally put a suit on.
When I seen them working on them, they had the heart machine on Ginny, and blood was pouring out of her mouth, and I knew she was gone. There's no doubt about it.
At any time during the incident, did medical personnel come to you and tell you injuries?
What is wrong with him?
Just the police came to me.
Is he dropped on his head as a baby?
To know that where Lee was, because I was wondering where she was, and the police showed me her photo and said that she was gone.
At one point in your earlier testimony, you pointed to the defendant table and said, "That's him from the news." Any reason why you would say that?
From the news? I didn't say that.
You testified that you pointed to the defendant's table and said, "That's him from the news," and you were cut off right in mid-sentence.
I wasn't saying that at all.
So have you ever seen any news coverage of the incident?
From Lola, I knew that Bill had died during surgery that evening. And so I knew that from her because she was at the hospital with him. I knew about.
Ma'am, did you hear the question about seeing news reports, and just be a little more specific on the time?
I don't know what you mean about news reports.
Fair enough.
On the regular news, or
he'll rephrase.
Okay.
At any time, do you recall seeing any news reports related to the incident?
Parkland,
it was on the news.
The Parkland
yes.
So it'd be
courtroom
fair to say
is still
that
waiting for the judge.
Reports of the incident.
I'm keeping an eye on it. I'll bring it to you when it comes.
Regular news in the evening.
Was it?
They didn't cover much.
It should be happening any second now.
Showed that the dancing grannies, that.
Would it be fair to say you learned additional information that you didn't have when you were at the incident?
I don't know what this guy thinks he's doing.
I didn't know.
What information is he getting out of her that is going to help him? Literally nothing. Nothing. This guy makes me want to choke him. Like
So would it be fair to say that before you received information from the families, you weren't sure?
Cold Fury says, "Are you a doctor? Do you know what a woman is?"
Injuries to the grannies in your group.
She must not be dead. Let's do a manhunt to find her.
Because of the police.
Oh God, I can't.
Did you know just from observation, or were you told?
What is his point? His point is to drag this out as long as possible and keep from going to prison. That's what he is doing. He thinks that he can delay this process to such an extent that he will never go to prison. He wants to tie it up in appeals, etc. It's crazy. Yeah.
Exactly. Objection, hearsay. Oh my God, I don't have a case.
And from the videos that you saw here today, which you already stated it was your first time seeing any of those videos.
Yes.
Did you see anything in those videos today that you didn't see at the time of the incident?
Yeah, the people being hit and flying.
Oh. That one backfired.
Yeah. Did you see anything
Once
different?
The car was in front
the
of me,
carnage.
That's when
that you did.
Left the bodies behind.
Unacceptable. But you didn't actually see
I couldn't. The car was in my way.
Yeah, he's trying. Very trying. Thank you, Cold Fury. Oh my gosh. Everybody on Rumble, hit that Rumble plus. Hit that plus button. Let's get those Rumbles up there.
And do you recall who else was not injured from your group besides Lola?
The four of us were not injured.
Do you recall the names of who was not injured?
I can't hear you, Steph. Your microphone's
Kathy
breaking
Z,
up. I don't know
Sharon
why.
Millard,
Hear me?
Yeah.
What is the point of asking who wasn't
me,
injured?
Lola, and Kathy.
I have no idea.
Is he going to try to make an argument that, hey, look, I didn't kill those four grannies?
I don't know.
Both Kathys, to your knowledge, were not injured?
No, they weren't.
Stupid.
We were all that was left standing.
Do you recall about what time you left the parade after the incident?
What do you mean after the incident?
Do you recall what time you left the parade?
That was when everybody was taken away. And I think then we were in the bar having a cup of coffee. And then I had to find a way home because the music vehicle had to stay there because it was a crime scene. So Kathy Z's family took her home, so they gave me a ride right away too.
And you don't recall about what time that was?
No.
That would be fair with everything else going on. At any time in the days following the incident, did you see any reports of a suspect at any time?
I seen it on the news that a suspect was taken or found, I should say.
And what are you referencing when you say found?
What was I what? Oh, found. In other words, the police found him. I didn't know who, where, or who he was at the time.
The Parkland sentencing is delayed for some reason. He's just sitting there looking very nervous. I wish I could do picture in picture.
I don't recall if this question was asked, so I'm going to ask it. Were you there with any of your family members, immediate family or anything?
My immediate family members, just my husband. And he was driving the music vehicle.
Yeah, no joke, Iron Dog. Just think how he could change so much about his future and the lives of those affected if he just said to the judge, this is a farce. No. I am guilty and I am sorry. I beg the court's mercy. That's exactly what he should have done. It's just ridiculous.
Outside of being shocked by what he was seeing.
Physical injury. Did he suffer any physical?
Because he was in the car.
Do you recall giving any police statement, or were you interviewed by any law enforcement after the incident?
Yes.
Do you recall if it was the same night of the incident or in the days following?
Both. Right there at the time, and then the next day.
Did you ever file any claims related to the incident?
Oh, here he goes again with who's
I
the
believe
plaintiff.
Not of the incident, no, because I was there when they were talking to the gals that weren't hurt. They were like interviewing us.
The four of you, correct? The four that weren't.
Yeah, he's trying to make the case that, well, she didn't bring any charges against me.
Do you know if they filed any claims related to the incident?
God.
If what?
Darrell, this is not how any of this works.
Related to the incident?
The state has a right to bring a case against you, period.
The way that he asked it is overruled. So you may answer if you know.
Okay, no, because we were all together and came to every interview that they needed from us.
Do you recall seeing or reading any complaints related to the incident? Grounds.
Sustained as to the form of the question. You don't have to answer that.
Okay.
Man, this Parkland thing is giving me anxiety.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
Judge is 9 minutes late.
At any time during any interviews with law enforcement, were you shown a complaint related to the incident?
Objection, Ben.
Grounds.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
Were you informed that it may be a possibility that you might be called to testify in this matter?
A lot later, not at the time. I had no idea of testimony until.
Major anxiety waiting for this Parkland sentencing phase.
To weeks, months.
Judges should not be late for these things.
At the time to testify or talk about anything.
It's terrible to put these people through this. These parents are sitting there waiting now, and everyone looks like they're about to cry.
To testify? Wanting to testify?
No, I didn't ask to. This just happened when we would be in our interviews and then.
So it would be fair to say that you were axed. Or subpoenaed.
You were axed?
Yes.
Do you recall by whom?
Oh, here we go.
I imagine the DAs or.
When you say the DAs, do you mean the district attorney's office?
Yes.
Did they ever identify to you as being the plaintiff in this matter? Grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
Grounds for the sustained, Your Honor.
Relevance grounds.
Grounds. This guy with the grounds. No, we were not axed. We were run over, sir. Yes, exactly.
Do you recall ever being told that there was a plaintiff in this matter?
242 people on Rumble. Hit that Rumble plus button, guys. Get it up there. Hit that plus button. Hit it like you want to hit Darrel Brooks.
That was pretty much the end of it until months ago where.
Man, I am getting so annoyed by this judge in the Parkland sentencing. Why is the judge still out of the courtroom?
Are you aware what
the judge is now 12 minutes late?
Grounds.
Sustained.
Next question. Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
Next question, Mr. Brooks.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
Ask your next question, please.
I am. I just want to know the grounds, just for the record. The grounds for the sustain.
Ask your next question.
Your Honor, the grounds should be put on the record.
Ask your next question. I'll address this all at the next break outside the presence of the jury. Ask your next question.
Your Honor, with all respect, I think the jury
Mr. Brooks, under
deserves.
90611, ask your next question, or I will determine that the cross-examination is now closed.
I'm
Keep
gonna
going.
ask, I'm gonna keep going. I
Oh,
just think
good.
The jury deserves to hear.
Mr. Brooks,
all the
I'm
testimony.
instructing you.
Yeah, you're done
to
now.
Stop making
Sit
those
down.
statements. The jury will disregard.
Sit down.
Cross-examination. It's not your opportunity to make legal arguments or to testify. You'll have an opportunity if you so choose to do that later.
With all respect,
Next
that is not
question.
question. The jury just deserves to know.
All right, under 90611, the cross-examination
I still
will
have
be
a question,
determined.
Your Honor.
Sir, you didn't follow my very clear instructions. Does the state have any follow-up?
Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You may step
Objection
down.
to that, Your Honor.
Your objection's noted. Ma'am, you
I
may
was
step
not-
down, and after she steps down, I will be excusing the jury for a few moments.
Oh, good. Excuse the
Please
jury
rise.
and then
The
yell at him
witness
because
and
this
or
is just
the jury as
so
they
bad.
Leave the courtroom.
So bad. I just cannot stand it. I want him tied and gagged in the chair. I want them to just give him a lawyer. I don't know why she hasn't done it yet. I would have declared him incompetent on day one. Day one. 239 people on Rumble. Hit that plus button, you guys. Get it up there. Share the stream if you can. And don't forget to follow me on my locals
Mr.
channel.
Brooks, please wait.
meganfox.locals.com. Because in case I get kicked off of Twitter, that's where you'll be able to find me. My Twitter handle is at Megan Fox
You may
Writer.
have a seat, everyone.
And my DMs are always open. So if you guys need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me there. Or chat me on
To
locals.
specifically address
Iron
the
Dog.
repeated request by Mr. Brooks for the court to state the grounds, sir, I am not legally required to do that.
So
Those are
quit
legal
asking.
determinations, that if you feel there is an error later on, you can address on appeal if you are convicted. I have been answering many of them at your request, but I may not do that at all times. In fact, you're asking me to provide that explanation and really highlight for the jury the court's opinion on relevance. That's why we don't state that. There's an objection. It's a party makes it, states the grounds. Sometimes I ask the opposing party for their position. Sometimes I do not. Many times it's very self-evident. Either the objections are baseless. Many of the hearsay objections are baseless. Your objection to hearsay is it's not hearsay. So that's why to me they're self-evident. I say sustained and we go forward. So you need to be aware, sir, that when you ask for the grounds, you're asking me to state a legal conclusion in front of the jury, which I don't feel is necessary for the reasons that I've already stated. That you're
declare
asking me
him
to
incompetent
highlight,
because he
my
refuses to
opinion
follow the
on
rules
relevance
and give
my
him a
determination
lawyer.
on
Let's
relevance.
stop
So
this
going
farce.
forward, you need to be aware
I
of
think
that.
she's been. I
Again,
think
not
she's
a sign
being
of
too
disrespect. It's the record
giving him
is
way too
self-evident.
much
Many times, if I feel
rope.
that more argument is needed, I'll excuse the jury. But I haven't felt the need to do that up until this point. And I will caution you once again, sir, 90611 is the statute, mode and order of interrogation and presentation controlled by the judge. The judge shall exercise reasonable control over the mode and order of interrogating witnesses and presenting evidence so as
I
to
like
do
how she
all
stands
of the
up when she
following.
gets mad.
A, make the interrogation
funny.
and presentation effective for the ascertainment of the truth. B, avoid needless
Yeah, she's
consumption
way
of
too
time.
lenient. Thank you for
C,
the
protect witnesses from
vocab word
harassment
that I forgot.
or undue embarrassment. And it goes on, but for purposes of what I'm going through, that's the most relevant portion of 90611. So when I give you the warning that under 90611, I will cut off your cross-examination, it's because you're violating 90611.
And
So-
is that a judicial determination that I violated 90611 when?
I'm advising you, sir, It's not a specific determination as to anything that's happened thus far, just a summary of why I am relying upon 906.11 throughout the questioning of witnesses and the presentation.
Man, the judge in the Parkland case is taking forever.
So with that, we're going to continue.
18 minutes late now.
Be ready with their next witness.
Your Honor, I'm not interrupting you. I'm letting you make a clear record.
Mr. Brooks, you have actually interrupted me.
Yeah, constantly.
Go through the whole citing.
Tie him to his chair.
906.
Put a gag on him.
Anything.
Look at that stupid mask, how it's inside out too. He wears it inside out every single day.
I'm advising you. Stop interrupting me, please. I'm advising you, sir.
What do you mean you lost the rumble stream?
Have hopefully more knowledge.
What do you mean?
And awareness as it relates to the statute that I've cited.
I see it.
Dozens of times during this.
Something wrong with
trial.
The rumble stream?
I'm well aware of what I'm citing, Your Honor. Well aware.
All right,
and I'm just seeking for the record to be clear.
Guys, are you kidding?
With all due respect, Your Honor.
Stacy, I see the rumble stream.
That's
what is the problem?
Misconduct because you're not allowing the jury.
Maybe you have the wrong link.
To hear
I'll put the rumble
aspects of testimony.
No,
like
sir.
I stated yesterday, under the Sixth Amendment,
you're just
I
a
have
moron.
The right to face my accuser, which means that I can.
Oh, here we go.
Question about.
Oh, wait. Okay, we're stopping this. Hold on. Parkland sentencing verdict. Finally.
Okay, court is back in session. The lawyers are present. The defendant is present. It is my understanding that the jurors have reached a verdict in this case. Are both sides ready to bring in the jurors?
State's ready, Your Honor.
Defense?
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Okay.
Well, I thought he was already guilty. I thought this was just sentencing. Okay, I'm wrong. It's not sentencing. It's verdict. Darrell Brooks is still arguing with the judge, and she's still allowing it. She is still allowing it. She's still arguing with him. I wouldn't do it. She keeps saying, I'm not going to have a debate with you. But she's literally doing that. She's literally having a debate with this psychopath. I don't understand it. Still doing it. Still going. Look at this douchebag. 76% of the people on Law and Crime in the chat think he should get the death penalty. I'm not a fan of the death penalty because I don't think that the state should have the ability to murder you because the state gets things so wrong so many times.
Jurors are answering.
Yeah, I mean, we know he did it. It's just that when you give the state the ability to kill people,
the jurors are present.
They get it wrong
Everyone
a lot.
else may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my understanding that you have reached a verdict
okay
in
with
this
keeping
case.
people in prison for life.
Mr. Thomas, you're the foreperson.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you please?
The judge
pass
is
the verdict
still
forms to
arguing
the
with
bailiff?
Darrell Brooks, by the way. All right, they finally went on a break on the Brooks trial, so they're on break right now. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Locals, meganfox.locals.com. This guy. What's with the Dahmer glasses? I mean, have you seen those in a shop since 1982? Very bizarre. I'm glad I don't even know this guy's name. I don't want to know it. I just think life in prison is good enough. I mean, I know that people want revenge and to put people away forever, but I mean, under the jail and stuff, and I get it. But I think the only people who should get the death penalty are politicians and government officials who violate people's civil rights, and it should be up for a vote by the public. The public should be able to sentence government officials who violate civil rights to death. And those are the only people I think should get it. Everybody else can get life in prison. I don't mind paying for life in prison for these psychos with no chance of parole. Sometimes prison is worse. I mean, you know, a death penalty, first of all, it takes years and years because there's appeal after appeal after appeal, which is also a bunch of money. And then they have to live with what they did, which is a lot harder than being put out of your misery right away. I don't mind paying for people to be in jail. Some people need to be in jail, far away from all the rest of us. But I've seen the state get it wrong too many times to give them the power to kill people. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not saying this is the wrong case. Good Lord, with the paper shuffling. Lady, you have made these people wait.
All of the verdict forms have been properly
so
executed.
Move it along.
And dated and signed by the foreperson. At this time, I'm going to publish the verdicts. The State of Florida versus Nicholas Cruz, verdict form as to count 1. We, the jury, find as follows as to Nicholas Cruz in this case. Aggravating factors as to count 1, victim Luke Hoyer. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. Nicholas Cruz was previously convicted of another capital felony or felony involving the use or threat of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. Nicholas Cruz created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes.
He might not be standing.
We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. The first-degree murder of Luke Hoyer was committed while Nicholas Cruz was engaged in the commission of a burglary. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. The first-degree murder of Luke Hoyer was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. The first-degree murder of Luke Hoyer was committed in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. Reviewing the aggravating factors that we unanimously found to be established beyond a reasonable doubt, we, the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors are sufficient to warrant a possible death sentence. Yes. One or more individual jurors find that one or more mitigating circumstances was established by the greater weight of the evidence. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors that were proven beyond a reasonable doubt outweigh the mitigating circumstances. No.
Don't.
October 13th by the foreperson.
Okay.
What was the last one?
Verdict form as to count 2, victim Martin Duque. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the aggravating factor. Nicholas Cruz was previously convicted of another capital felony or felony involving the use or threat of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor Nicholas Cruz knowingly created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor, the first-degree murder of Martin Duque and Quiano was committed.
I'm muting this because she's going to read it for all the victims, and it's going to be the same in every single one. Stephanie, can you explain what that last no one? Where did you go? She keeps disappearing on me. Come back here.
I'm
what?
Rub my nasty cabinets.
Explain to me, what was the last one that they found no?
I believe she said that the jury does not believe that the aggravating factors outweighed the mitigating factor. So in death penalty cases, they have aggravating factors and mitigating factors, and depending on what the state law is specifically, you have to rack them up, like how many mitigating factors are there, how many aggravating factors are there, how bad are they, how explanatory, I guess, would be the mitigating factors to explain somebody doing something so hideous. And then depending on the balance of those things, you decide if the person is eligible for death.
It sounds like he's eligible based on what they're
saying. Well, I don't know, because that last thing they said on that first count anyway was, we don't find that the aggravating factors outweigh the mitigating factors. The aggravating factors would have to outweigh the mitigating factors to be eligible for death.
Doubt.
All right, let's hear this again.
Outweigh the mitigating circumstances established as to count 2, Martin Duque and Quiano. No. Signed and dated by the foreperson, Mr. Benjamin Thomas.
So in that case, then he might get life in prison. Is that correct?
Right.
Count 3, Gina Montalto. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. Nicholas Cruz was previously convicted of another felony, capital felony, or of a felony involving the use of threat of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. Nicholas Cruz knowingly created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. The first-degree murder of Gina Montalto was committed while Nicholas Cruz was engaged in the commission of a burglary. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor that the first-degree murder of Gina Montalto was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. The first-degree murder of Gina Montalto was committed in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. Reviewing the aggravating factors that we unanimously found to be established beyond a reasonable doubt, we, the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors are sufficient to warrant a possible sentence of death. Yes. One or more individual jurors find that one or more mitigating circumstances was established by the greater weight of the evidence. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors that were proven beyond a reasonable doubt outweigh the mitigating circumstances established. Ooh. No.
What could possibly mitigate
Mr. Benjamin Thomas.
This heinous murder spree? What on earth could mitigate this?
Count 4, Alexander Schachter.
Of course, I did not watch
we,
this
the
trial,
jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor.
So. We think
Nicholas
they're saying
Cruz was
he's going to get life.
Convicted of another capital felony or of a felony involving the use or threat of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor Nicholas Cruz created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor that the first-degree murder of Alexander Schachter was committed while Nicholas Cruz was engaged in the commission of a burglary. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor that the first-degree murder of Alexander Schachter was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor the first-degree murder of Alexander Schachter was committed in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. Eligibility for the death penalty. We, the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors that were proven beyond a reasonable doubt outweigh the mitigating circumstances established as to count 4. No. Signed and dated October 13th.
Where do they even sell those glasses anymore? I mean, did he have to go to the thrift store to buy those?
Verdict form as to count 5. Elena Petty. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor Nicholas Cruz was previously convicted of another capital felony or of a felony involving the use or threat of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor Nicholas Cruz knowingly created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. The first-degree murder of Elena Petty was committed while Nicholas Cruz was engaged in the commission of a burglary. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. The first-degree murder of Elena Petty was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has proven beyond the reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor that the first-degree murder of Elena Petty was committed in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. Reviewing the aggravating factors that we unanimously found to be established beyond a reasonable doubt, we, the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors are sufficient to warrant a possible sentence of death. Yes. One or more individual jurors finds that one or more mitigating circumstances was established by the greater weight of the evidence. Yes. Eligibility for the death penalty as to Elena Petty. We, the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors that were proven beyond a reasonable doubt outweigh the mitigating circumstances established. No. Signed and dated October 13th by the foreperson,
that guy's
Mr.
face.
Benjamin Thomas.
Oh my goodness.
Count 6, victim Alyssa Al-Hadef. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor Nicholas Cruz was previously convicted of another capital felony or of a felony involving the use or threat of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor Nicholas Cruz knowingly created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor that the first-degree murder of Alyssa Al-Hadef was committed while Nicholas Cruz was engaged in the commission of a burglary. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor the first-degree murder of Alyssa Al-Hadef was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor the first-degree murder of Alyssa Al-Hadef was committed in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. Reviewing the aggravating factors that we unanimously found to be established beyond the reasonable doubt, we, the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors are sufficient to warrant a possible sentence of death. Yes.
Good.
One or more
no, they're not giving it to him. They're giving him life.
One or more mitigating circumstances was established by the greater weight of the evidence.
They decided the mitigating factors overruled
the
the
jury
aggravating
unanimously
factors.
Find that the aggravating factors that were proven beyond a reasonable doubt outweigh the mitigating circumstances established as to Alyssa Al-Hadef. No.
They
Signed
said yes to
October
everything
13th
except the aggravating factors versus the mitigating factors, which means they believe the mitigating factor is more important than the aggravating.
Nicholas Dorette.
So they're not going to recommend.
We, the jury,
they're not
unanimously
death.
find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. Nicholas Cruz was previously convicted of another capital felony or of a felony involving the use or threat of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. Nicholas Cruz knowingly created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor that the first-degree murder of Nicholas Dorette was committed while Nicholas Cruz was engaged in the commission of a burglary. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find that.
All right, so they're just copy and pasted this for every single victim. This is going to continue until she gets through every single victim's name, and they've found the same thing for every single one.
Why would they not give him the death penalty? I mean,
I don't know. I didn't watch this trial, so I don't know what the defense's mitigating factors were. I don't know what they argued.
How can you do that and not get the death? I mean, this is why this country is such a joke when it comes to crime and punishment. And how can you not put a bullet in that guy's head?
I don't know. My position on this has changed a lot over the years. I don't think giving the state the right to murder citizens is a good idea, even when they are as guilty as this guy is, because they get it wrong so many times. Because I've rarely seen, I've seen the state, sentence innocent people to death, and not that this guy is innocent. I'm not saying that at all.
But these clear-cut cases, they're not saying he didn't do it, right? He's
not
saying
they're not saying no.
If he's saying
not.
I didn't do it, I didn't do it, then right, sure, right? You don't want to sentence
in a
wrong.
State where capital punishment is the law. This is clearly a case that he should get it. Then again, I did not watch this trial, and I don't know what the defense was for mitigating circumstances. But what kind of mitigating circumstances could you have that would make it somewhat better that he did this? I don't. It's hard to understand.
This is why in a country as vast and as wealthy as ours, we have these. I'll tell you a story. I remember when I was in freaking high school, I think, or maybe my first year out of high school. I remember reading about this story about this, punk ass American kid who went over to Singapore
I remember that story.
Remember that?
I love this story.
Love the story, right?
I talk about it all the time.
And he graffitis. And, you know, for those of you who don't know, Singapore is super, super strict on these kind of things.
You can't even chew gum there.
You can't chew gum because they truly believe the small laws lead to the big broken windows theory, right? You don't punish and America's opposite. That's what also, incidentally, that's what restorative justice is about. They caned his ass on
television. They caned his ass on TV. And, you know, what's funny about that is that, you know, he had appealed to the American embassy and the American press was like trying to get him off. And it was like, no, you don't go over to somebody else's country and break their rules and get out of it because you're an American.
And you know what?
Cane his ass.
And you know what the Singapore at the time they said? If we let him off, it's open season, everyone that comes here. Everybody's, and he's right. And this is why things like restorative justice, it's not their fault. If they're not, you know, they're a different color, that's not their fault. That's why it has led to what we see in San Francisco and Detroit and all these Virginia.
That's right, because they let the little things go. And when you let the little things go, all of society crumbles. That was Rudy Giuliani's theory about cleaning up Times Square and cleaning up New York. And it worked. It worked, and now it's back to being a total.
Now it's back to being, you know, grades is not your. If you fail, a grade is not your fault. The system's against you. That leads to if you break a law, it's not your fault. The system's against you.
Exactly.
That's easy. It's an easy A to B jump. It's not even a stretch. And so I always remember that, you know, with the kid, you know, graffitis and they caned him and everybody's screaming and hollering. But I'll tell you, my position on that is if you as an American go to Singapore, are you going to graffiti?
Nope. Nope. Because you know the consequence. You know,
proven.
It's never happened again. It's never happened again.
Never happened again.
I personally think caning is a fantastic punishment, and I think that we should have it here. I think perhaps instead of using the bamboo cane, which is really, really, really painful, we could just use the old paddle, and put it on television like they used to do in public school years ago. And you for certain crimes, like for instance, the things that those idiots do on the train in New York City where they harass people and they get caught doing those sorts of things. I think they should be caned or spanked live on television. I think it would be a good deterrent. Hey, Alvin, have you met my sister Stephanie before? I'm not sure.
I have not had the pleasure to meet your sister. Hello, Stephanie.
Hi, who is this? Alvin?
Alvin Louis. He's from Courage as a Habit.
Nice.
He helps parents fight back against the woke indoctrination in the schools.
Excellent.
And he actually has breaking story today. We're on the American School Counselors Association that we're going to get into as soon as this is finished here. As soon as they're done reading these. What name are we on now? Let's see.
Another capital felony or of a felony involving the use.
Yeah, we're still going here. The American School Counselors Association, though, is something that we have been exposing for quite a while. Alvin and I, we've been,
yes, we have.
We've been working on it because everybody thinks it's the teachers that are so woke and causing all the problems in school. But really, it's the School Counselors Association where all of this stuff, the CRT, the SEL is getting snuck in through the SEL programming, the transgender queer theory, all of this stuff is coming back. The chat says, bring back the pillory. Yes, I think that's a good idea. That's where you go and you stick the guy in the stocks and or the whipping post, you go. Frankly, I think it would be way less expensive for the justice system. We would not have to sit through a bunch of expensive trials for a lot of this stuff. Not murder, obviously, but I'm talking about smaller petty things. And we could also put it on pay-per-view and probably pay off the national debt. So I think that we should go back to that. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to meet you, Stephanie.
Nice to meet you, Alvin. Thank you for all the stuff you're doing. That is, to me, that is the fight of our decade.
It is the fight of our lifetime.
Seriously, it's so bad what they're doing to kids. And, you probably know this. I don't know. Maybe you don't know this about Megan, but she did homeschool for a while. And I am a homeschooler. And the whole reason why, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the big reasons is I don't want to put up with that garbage.
No,
yeah, Stephanie's been homeschooling from the beginning, and she's her daughter's 16, and she's still going.
She's amazing, but at the same time, I do feel sort of guilty sometimes that I didn't
not that I didn't want to put my child in that, I'm in deep blue Maryland. Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, are they
Hold on.
saying something?
Saying something.
The
Yeah.
existence of the aggravating factor. Christopher Hickson was an appointed public official engaged in the performance of his official duties. If the motive for the first-degree murder was related in whole or in part to Christopher Hickson's official capacity, yes. Reviewing the aggravating factors that we unanimously found to be established beyond a reasonable doubt, we, the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors are sufficient to warrant a possible sentence of death. Yes.
Will they change their mind on the mitigating factors?
One or more individual jurors find that one or more mitigating circumstances was established by the greater weight of the evidence. Yes.
It only takes one. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's
We,
unbelievable.
the jury, unanimously find that the aggravating factors that were proven beyond a reasonable doubt outweigh the mitigating circumstances.
No.
Signed
they're
and
not going to
dated
give
October 13th.
They're not going to give him the death
Benjamin
penalty.
Thomas.
Is it always a jury that decides the death penalty?
No, I think
Verdict
sometimes
as to
judges
count
decide.
10, Carmen Shentra. We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor that Nicholas Cruz was previously convicted of.
All right. Anyway, we're still going. I thought that one was, I saw the language was a little different and I wanted to see if they were going to do something different. But they're not.
Just to finish what I'm saying, Alvin, real fast.
Please.
I feel guilty sometimes that I'm not like out there fighting for the other children who are subjected to all of that.
It's kind of my position. My position has been like, I mean, I did homeschool and then private school, and now my only choice is public school for high school. And that's my only choice right now. My kids don't want to do homeschooling. They want to be in school. They want to be with friends. They want to have sports, which we can't do here unless you're part of the public school system. And so I feel like I have to fight, but not just for my kids, for other people's kids too.
I know. And I do feel kind of guilty that I don't do that I don't like show up at school board meetings and say, what are you people doing? This is just crazy. But I guess I've kind of felt like I don't really have a dog in the fight because I don't have a kid in the system. But that's kind of not true, because what we're producing in the public schools, they're going to lead the culture in the future.
Yeah.
And their brains are being filled with trash.
Stephanie, I think this is a conversation that I have with my team almost every week for sure, and with other parents. And our position is it's not one or the other. If you can pull your children out of public schools, 100% do so. We 100% support that. And you should never, ever feel guilty, because at the end of the day, your first priority is to your children.
Right.
On the flip side, though, you still pay taxes. You still have a dog. You still have a dog in this fight, because your children will have to grow up in
this culture.
In this culture.
With the kids who are in these schools. And look, we're watching a verdict of a school shooter right now. And if you think that the stuff they're teaching is not having an effect on the mental state of these kids, you're wrong. It absolutely is. Whatever the schools are doing, and whatever they have been doing since when all this school shooting stuff started, is part of the problem. It is part of the problem.
Well, if you think about how much time kids spend with their parents versus how much time they're indoctrinated all day long, 5 days a week, from 7 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. I mean, when you're handing over the bulk of the influence on your impressionable children with growing brains to people who don't have their best interests at heart,
you have no chance.
What do you think you're going to get?
That's
What do you think you're going to get? I don't judge other people who put their kids in public school because they have reasons why both parents have to work, why they can't afford anything else, why I get it. Fine. But at the same time, I say to to people who possibly can get their kids out of there, I'm like, whatever you have to do to get your kids out of there, get them out of there.
And if you're out of there, stay in the fight.
Well,
because,
right.
Because now you don't have the kids there. So then you have to worry about them getting influenced. You can focus on the retaliation. You can focus on the fight. Because remember, who are your kids? Who are they going to marry? Who are they going to hire? Who's going to hire them? And because people like Stephanie, Megan, you guys raise your kids right, they will actually be outliers and targeted if you don't help giving them a world that they actually have a chance to build a life. Because what's going to happen is they'll be like, oh, Stephanie's kids don't think like that. Well, I guess maybe they can't work. They can't open a bank account.
No joke.
They can't go buy groceries. They can't we're not going to give them a loan. That's what's going to happen because you don't have the right thought process because you raised them right.
Exactly.
This social credit crap
is
that
the
the
ESG
banks
now
are trying to put in is unbelievable. PayPal, by the way, though they claim that they did not do what they did, it is still there.
They did. Of course
they did. It's still it's still there.
And it's still there. They're going to try it again. So Stephanie, thank God you pulled your kids. Thank God, because that's great. And it's a lot of hard work. I mean, Megan, it's hard work, but stay in the fight, because
I did go to one thing. I was proud of myself. I actually went to the protest that the public school kids' moms had recently about the masks because they wanted to make the kids still wear masks 2 years later. Lend your skills. Lend whatever your skills are. I went with those moms and stood out there with them and said, this is ridiculous. Stop doing this to these kids.
Done.
We, the jury, unanimously find that the state has established beyond a reasonable doubt the existence of the aggravating factor. Aaron Feist was a...
No, it's the same thing.
How many counts are there, Meg? Did you look it up?
Well, he murdered 17 people.
Wow.
So, and I don't know if there were injuries too, and so there could be more than 17.
That's just insane that they're spending this amount of time.
I haven't followed this at all, so
me either. I haven't either.
I don't know if this guy has like some major
he doesn't.
Issues.
He doesn't. He as far as I know, he was not declared mentally unfit. He wasn't declared. He does not have any mental disorders except for, I think. What did they say? I watched the first day or two of trial, and there was some argument about his mental state. He does not have any serious diagnosis from what I remember. If anybody in the chat remembers, if you guys have been watching this, please fill us in, because I have not followed this trial because frankly, I can't stand to look at this face. And by the way, where do you even get Jeffrey Dahmer glasses like that? They're calling them birth control glasses in the chat, which is cracking me up. But I mean, where do you even get these? Did he go to a thrift store for these? Is he...
I'm not going to watch that Jeffrey Dahmer thing. I can't believe people want to watch that.
Did you read my review?
No.
Oh, I've got a clickety-click for you guys to
I am not going to watch that show.
It's called Don't Watch Dahmer on Netflix. Here's why. Stephanie is so funny. We are so related. It's so easy to tell how related we are. It is on VIP, the subscriber service. It is behind a paywall because I do a lot of my work on the VIP service. If you want to sign up on PJ Media to support me and go clickety-click on my VIP articles, you can do that using promo code FOX for a discount. And that's where we stay out of the sights of censors. The big tech censors come after our articles and they choke them on social media. And they do not let it trend, and they're just terrible. They're total cucks. I will put the link in the chats both on Rumble and YouTube so that you guys can go over there and check it out. When you sign up for VIP on pjmedia.com, you get access to all my exclusive columns. You get access to a weekly podcast that I do that I actually have to do today. I have to record one today. Crap. And also live chats and all kinds of things that you would not get normally. So if you want to support me, that would be great.
So
my opinion on Dahmer, oh my gosh. As I was watching it, I got so upset that I felt like they were trying to manipulate me into feeling some kind of sympathy for this man.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
And, oh yeah. And as it went on, it just got worse and worse. It was Dahmer as the victim. He was the victim of bullying. He was the victim of alcohol. He was the victim of a racist grandmother. And he was the victim of bullies at school.
Wait a minute. A racist grandmother? He was a white guy with blonde hair. What is that?
His grandmother was, I didn't know you had black friends, Jeff.
Oh, come on.
Just one of those, just crazy stuff like that. And when I had that feeling, I was like, they're trying to make me feel sorry for this guy. Like literally they're trying to make me feel sorry. They set it up as if the only thing he could do to cure his loneliness was to make these guys stay with him. And the only way he could make them stay with him is to murder them and eat them.
No.
And let me just say,
Wow.
there are millions.
Victimhood. Everybody's
There
a
are
victim.
millions of people, and I bet there are hundreds of people in this chat right now who suffer from loneliness, and yet they do not kill people, and they do not eat people, and they do not, drug people or bludgeon them to death. And it makes me very upset that they allowed Jeffrey Dahmer's own excuses to be portrayed as why he did what he did. You cannot trust a psychopathic killer to tell you the truth. You're going to go off of what he says his motives were. I'm sorry. You know what the motives were? Jeffrey Dahmer is a psychopath, and he killed those people because he wanted to, because he liked it, and because probably he got sexual gratification out of it. And that's it, period. Because he's a sicko.
Yeah, that's it. Wow. Everybody's a victim. That's the whole thing, right? Everybody's a victim today, and that's how they're going to play it. You know what I especially love though, my favorite about this Dahmer thing is that they were, he's part of the LGBTQ community, and then they went freaking nuts about it.
They did.
They're like, we don't want that. We're like, wait a minute. What happened to representation?
Netflix, they put it under LBGT, whatever, LGBT programming, and the gays were like, not ours. No way.
We're like, wait a minute. What happened to representation? You said you wanted representation. What happened?
They don't claim him. And I almost think that because of his the homosexual storyline there, they treat it with kid gloves for that very reason, when it's like, no. This man preyed on the homosexual community.
He's a monster.
He's a freaking easy victims for him.
He's a crazy monster. But
a total monster.
What happened to representation? I was waiting,
if you go to my article about this and you read the article, I actually found an interview with the guy who wrote and directed this thing that will blow your mind.
Really?
I was absolutely right about his motivations, and he absolutely did want us to sympathize with
maybe
Jeff
he's
Dahmer.
a sicko too.
Yeah,
he admits it, and he admits that he's sick.
Yeah,
the guy who made the movie. Admits that he's a sicko.
You got to read this article. I found some really great stuff. It's really good.
Oh my God, Jesus.
See, this is why I don't want to watch any of that. I'm sorry. No, I'm not watching that. Gross. No, thanks. Don't want to know. I don't want to get into the mind of someone so evil.
So evil. Yeah. No, I don't. I saw it on, I didn't. Yeah, I don't watch much TV anyway. So even if I wanted to watch it, I wouldn't have time to watch it anyway.
No.
We are going to
imagine how gross that would make you feel.
Yeah. Jesus.
Well, I mean, I like true crime. True crime is my.
Me too. I like crime. Yeah, I like crime.
However, I do not like dramatization of true crime, and I feel like that is what made it really bad. Let's see what Darrel Brooks is doing. They're back from their. Why can't I get the mute off? I can't.
All right, I'm putting myself back on mute, guys. Back to the dishes.
Okay.
A slight to the court, a disrespect to the court.
Oh God, he's back to arguing again.
To the court to be disrespectful, which I've stated that
he's
that
back
is
to
not my intention.
Oh gosh,
never is it my intention.
I can't handle him. All right, Alvin.
Yes.
Since this Parkland verdict is taking absolutely forever, maybe we should look at your part 3. Now I see that you put it up on Twitter. I gotta tell you, I absolutely love what you did.
Megan got a sneak peek last night.
Yeah, I love
I
love what you did here with the way that this looks. Oh, hold on, I gotta take dark mode off because this looks weird. All right.
You want? You know what? I should give you the link so that way you can pull up the thing. But yeah, hang on.
It looks like
that's the Twitter.
You made this like a scrapbook, and it is cracking me up. So we are talking about American School Counselors Association. I will get back to the Brooks trial after this, but let's get through this because this is really interesting. So Alvin writes here, exposing one of the most racist and divisive school counselors that Ask a Tweets has produced so far. Download Behind Closed Doors Part 3 now from the link in our bio. In her own words, this is an elementary school counselor, and we're not kidding. Should I go to the
just click on the I sent you in private the link, the actual Part 3. So go ahead and pull that up, and then we will read some of her tweets. When you're reading her tweets, you're like, this is a parody account, right? This cannot be a real elementary school counselor believing this. But no, it is. She's not a parody account.
And this is for anybody who ever wants to know, like, why do we say that CRT is racist? We're about to show you, okay? Just
a quick recap. ASCA, American School Counselor Association, is an organization that it provides the mission, objectives, and training for all K through 12 school counselors. The majority of K through 12 school counselors take their mission, training, and objectives from ASCA, okay? The American School Counselor Association. We've created something called Behind Closed Doors and use their own training, videos, and words and handouts to expose how radical they are, because most parents don't look at them. And so we've been going down the line and hitting their big stars. We found this woman named Jennifer Sesko. She's out of Georgia. And she is hands down the most arrogant, the most racist, the most self-important. You cannot believe this woman is around little kids. So this is part 3 of Behind Closed Doors. And we thought, you know what? We are just going to make this whole thing about her words.
All right, listen, I also need to kill the YouTube stream, because now we're going to be unchained, and we need to do that in a way where we're not worried about censors and censorship on YouTube. And so I've been going for 2.5 hours over on YouTube, and I think that's enough time. I've given you guys all the link. I will put it in the chat again, but I want everybody who is on YouTube right now, and there are, I don't know, like 50 of you, to come over here to Rumble and where the cool kids are, because we're killing it in the Rumble chat over here. The Rumble chat is hopping. We've got over 200 people there. Let's make it 250. Everybody here on YouTube needs to get over to Rumble and do it now. Now wait a minute. Hold on. I hit the wrong thing. Where's my Rumble? Where's my Rumble thing? Shoot. Hold on. I have a Rumble video. There it is.
How do we...
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Get over to Rumble right now. Say no to censorship. The YouTube stream is going down. Bye-bye, YouTube. Come on, Rumble. We're going down, and do it now. Do it now, because the stream is about to go down. And I will see you over on Rumble. This stream is not over. It's just going to be exclusively on Rumble, because YouTube sucks. All right, guys, come on over now.